What's happening, gamers? So I recently got a new mouse. Look at all these buttons, almost as much as a keyboard. And that got me thinking, what makes a good keyboard? And the answer? No one knows. But what I did find is that there are this thing in common called switches. There's this little plastic bit that hits this little metal bit to register a key press, with some variations like linears which are a straight shot down, tactiles with a bump on the stem to create a bump, and clickies, which have a separate piece to make the click. This is also what makes that signature gaming keyboard noise that makes all your neighbors hate you.
Can you shut up?
So I've been using this keyboard I found on the side of the road for a while now. I wonder what kind of switches it has. Ew. So I need a new keyboard. I did this subreddit called r/mechanical keyboards. Maybe they can help me. Hey guys, what's this keyboard?
What the fuck?
I should have seen that coming. But I did learn one thing. They all hate pre-builds. Which as a PC user I can respect. So I gotta put together my own keyboard. And obviously it's gonna be the most premium board possible. No expense spared. Scratch that, it's gonna be the ultra budget board. Every expense possible spared. Beats carpal tunnel. Now I just have to wait for it to arrive. It's here! So I got a Warmier K87. It's a tenant keyless board, meaning it doesn't have a number pad to save desk space, while still having arrow keys unlike smaller 60% boards, which is good because as an editor, without arrow keys I never really had to make a precise cut. It came mostly pre-assembled, which would be good if it didn't mean I just had to take it apart now. Thankfully it came with a keycap puller to remove the ones they put on, and it's a hot swap board, which means the switches aren't soldered on, and instead we can just use this tool to gently pull them off. Gently pull them off. Now that the switches are off, we can see that I chose Gateron Yellows, which are some of the best budget linear switches, and are one of the few switches that come with the board. There's just one problem with them. That's the reason we took them off. Now to get rid of that, we gotta lube them. No, not that lube, that's for later. Instead, we're using Crytox 205 Grade 0. Now, we need to open them up. Most people use a small Phillips head or a pair of tweezers, but I don't have those, so I'm just gonna use this fork. To open the switch, just slide whatever you're using into these clips until eventually it pops off. Now you just gotta take a bit of lube and put on your brush. Now in looping keyboards, you gotta remember, less is more. Unlike everything else in life. That's why I have all these Pokemon cards. First you wanna start by looping the stem, so grab it by the cross and prepare to worship. Or at least you would, if it didn't require new Herculean strength to hold this thing, and it's only made harder when your fingers get slippery from all the lube. Once you manage to hold it, you wanna put some on the rails, and some on the back and front. Then you just want to take whatever lube's left and rub it on the base and tip of this rod. Am I sure this isn't the right lube? Now for the springs. You could lube them one at a time if you hate yourself. Or you could bag lube them. You just want to put some lube in a bag, rub it around so it has an even coating, then put your springs in, give it a blow, and shake. This is getting ridiculous. This is also a good way to let out some of your anger at the lubing process. Then you gotta lube the bottom housing. Take the lube and rub it around the two rails until you have an even coating. And then take whatever left and put it on the base and the leaf. Now you don't have to, but you can lube the top housing, which I'm gonna do because I hate having free time. So just take your lube and rub it on the two sides until you have an even coating. Now to put it back together, just take one of your springs, put on the stem so the feet are touching the leaf, and pop on the top housing. Now you just have to repeat. And repeat. And repeat. Finally done. I forgot to film them. For your films, you put them in between the top and bottom housing to reduce the wobble and make sicker socks. Just remember to be very careful and take your time. There's no real rush. In fact, this process can actually be quite calming. Now you can just put the switches back in. Nope, because you have to mod your stabilizers. These make it so that you can press anywhere on the larger keys and still register the click. The thing is though, when unmodded, they can rattle like hell. Also, might make this odd clicky noise. Hopefully that goes away after modding. Now these are clip-ins, which means they're always going to rattle a little bit. You could replace them with screw and GMK or Durox if each PCB supported them, which it doesn't, so you'll have to replace it if you want to use those. So unscrew the rest of the board and put something on these clips and pop it out. Realizing now you didn't have to unscrew the board to do this, but hey. Just gotta twist the wire like this, pull it out, and this part will just fall out. To start off, let's put some lube on the left and right side of the casing until you get an even coating, and now you gotta lube the wire. Remember me saying less is more? We'll throw that at the window. You want to put a good coating around it until you can barely see the wire. You also want to clip your stabilizers if they have this little bit here. This is to prevent it mashing into the PCB, but you can just put a bit of band-aid there to fix that. Why do they have these then? Well, some don't. And for some reason, they're worse, so you'll have to clip them anyways. Another optional thing you can do if you want to waste your time is the Holy mod. You want to cut a thin piece of band-aid that's just a bit longer than this part, and stick it to the side with one hole. Get it? Holy mod? I'll see myself out. You want to push it through until there's no excess on this side, and then push whatever excess is on the other side into the second hole. Now just test them out, and if they feel good, you can put the board back together. Now some people put foam in their board before putting it back together, but I don't have any foam, so I'm just going to use my copy of Big Time Rush. Now we can put it all back together. I think I made a mistake somewhere. Not you, Caps Lock. No one loves you. Also, flip space bugging for life. It's finally done, and we can see the finished product, but for some reason I don't feel satisfied with this. Could it be that giving in to consumerism isn't the answer? I can't achieve happiness by filling the hole in my heart with useless, expensive crap I don't need, and instead can only achieve happiness by looking inwards and finding the root of my problems? Nah, it's because I haven't turned on the RGB yet. And it goes even higher. So overall, I really like this keyboard. Sure, I've only ever used razors, so I have no way of knowing what's good or not. But it feels really smooth, and I really like the sound, and you don't care about any of this. I know the real reason you sick fucks come to keyboard videos. I'm gonna be honest though, I don't really care about any of this. The real reason I did it is because maybe now Reddit will accept me. Well, beat every other time I've used Reddit.